Donald Trump posted, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings."
How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go yourself.
Donald Trump cheered like he just rescued American television from a talentless hack. But if satire is the true measure of talent, he wrote the joke. And Colbert made sure he became the punchline. Colbert didn't shout. He didn't clap back. He just sharpened the silence, handed it to Jon Stewart, and watched the stage erupt. Clips used for commentary. Laughter still legal for now. Hit subscribe before they change that too.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
I just got this note from corporate.
What's going on?
Hold, give me a second. Your song has been canceled.
What? Why?
I don't know. Hold on. It says here this is a purely financial decision.
Well, what does that mean?
I think it means money.
So let me get this straight. Two guys barely finish a duet, and suddenly a note from corporate flies in saying the song's been canceled. For financial reasons. Yeah, because clearly, jazz hands were bankrupting the network. If this is how CBS makes decisions, someone better tell Beyonce to wrap it up by verse 2.
That since you started playing that song, the network has lost, and I don't know how this is possible, $40 to $50 million. That's impossible. That song was a #1 song.
So apparently, one saxophone solo cost CBS $50 million. That's not a budget cut, that's a hostage negotiation. And if that song really lost them that much money, someone should tell Taylor Swift she's been bankrupting entire stadiums and nobody blinked.
It sunk in that they're killing off our show. But they made one mistake. They left me alive. And now for the next 10 months, the gloves are off. I can finally speak unvarnished truth to power and say what I really think about Donald Trump, starting right now. I don't care for him.
So CBS killed the show but forgot to kill the guy with the mic rookie mistake. And now he's got 10 months, no filters, and nothing left to lose. Trump wanted Colbert off the air, and what he got instead was a man who just ran out of corporate HR to answer to. He's still talking. You should still be watching.
I showed the courage to have a mustache. I mean, obviously CBS saw my upper lip and boom, cancel. Coincidence? Oh, I think not. This is worse than fascism. This is stashism, all right? That's why the Pringles guy lost his show. They clarified that the cancellation was purely a financial decision. But how could it purely be a financial decision if The Late Show is #1 in ratings? A lot of folks...
So let's get this straight. Colbert grows a mustache, and suddenly the whole show's a national security threat. This isn't just cancel culture, it's facial hair fascism. Sorry, stashism. And if CBS thinks we'll believe this was purely financial while canceling the #1 rated show, maybe someone should cancel their PR team for creative fiction. CBS says the show lost $50 million a year. Either Colbert was handing out gold bars during monologues, or someone can't count without a political calculator. And trust me, it's just getting good. Stick around.
Somebody at CBS followed up their gracious press release with a gracious anonymous leak saying they pulled the plug on our show because of losses pegged between $40 million and $50 million a year. $40 million is a big number. I could see us losing $24 million, but where would Paramount have possibly spent the other $16 million? Oh, yeah. I'll call you like that. Still, that's still a lot of money.
Colbert jokes about a $16 million payout to Trump, and suddenly CBS discovers the show's losing exactly $16 million more than usual? That's not accounting, that's creative revenge. Honestly, if they're leaking numbers anonymously, at least make the math less obvious. But of course, this wasn't just about money. Because when you cancel the #1 show, right after it mocks a secret payout to the former president, people start doing math. And in late night, when math doesn't add up, comedians do. If you're laughing now, good. John's about to make you choke on it. Don't go anywhere.
Steven has been canceled for purely financial reasons. And by the way, not just Steven's show, CBS has canceled the entirety of the Late Show franchise. Gone! Now I acknowledge, losing money. Late night TV is a struggling financial model. We're all basically operating a Blockbuster kiosk inside of a Tower Records. Losing money. Late night TV is a struggling financial model. We're all basically operating a Blockbuster kiosk inside of a Tower Records.
So Jon Stewart just casually announced the entire Late Show franchise got Thanos snapped poof. Gone because apparently late night TV is now the equivalent of running a Blockbuster inside a Tower Records during a snowstorm with dial-up. Honestly, if that's their financial logic, someone tell CBS they could have saved millions by canceling irony instead.
The shows that you now seek to cancel, censor, and control, a not insignificant portion of that $8 billion value came from those fucking shows. That's what made you that money. Shows that say something. Shows that take a stand. Shows that are unafraid. Why will anyone watch you and you are fucking wrong? You want to know how impossible? Is it true?
John didn't just call them out, he priced their hypocrisy. $8 billion in valuation, and now they want to silence the very shows that made them valuable. That's not just biting the hand that feeds you, it's suing the chef, firing the waiter, and torching the kitchen because the food told the truth. So tell us, what late night show gave you the guts to think differently? Drop it in the comments, let's light this up.
If you're trying to figure out why Stephen's show is ending, I don't think the answer can be found in some smoking gun email or phone call from Trump to CBS executives or in CBS's QuickBooks spreadsheets on the financial health of late night. I think the answer is in the fear and pre-compliance that is gripping all of America's institutions at this very moment. Institutions that have chosen not to fight the vengeful and vindictive actions of our pubic hair doodling commander-in-chief.
John didn't need a leaked memo or a Trump email to explain why Colbert's show got axed. Because the real memo isn't written, it's felt. It's the silent contract every institution signs when they'd rather kneel quietly than risk offending a president with a Sharpie fetish and a grudge list longer than his attention span. This isn't censorship by force, it's censorship by anticipation, and that's what makes it so damn effective.
The fact that CBS didn't try to save their #1 rated network late night franchise that's been on the air for over 3 decades is part of what's making everybody wonder, was this purely financial? Or maybe the path of least resistance for your $8 billion merger? What's killing a show that you know rankled a fragile and vengeful president, so insecure, suffering terribly from a case of chronic penis insufficiency.
Let's be honest, when your top-rated show gets the axe with zero attempt to save it, we're not talking budget cuts, we're talking ego insurance. CBS didn't cancel Colbert because he wasn't profitable, they canceled him because he wasn't pliable. And John's diagnosis? Chronic penis insufficiency. Sounds funny until you realize entire media empires are tiptoeing around it like it's contagious.
So to those institutions, to those corporations and advertisers and universities and law firms, all of them, if you still think that bending the knee to Trump will save you, I have one thing to say. I know you're scared. I know you're weary. Go fuck yourself!
John sang a breakup song for every spineless boardroom that thought kneeling was a growth strategy. If that hit a nerve, good. Hit it like while you're down there.
And I don't know that it's purely political. It could be. But my concern is if it is political, then everyone should be concerned. People on the right should be concerned. People on the left should be concerned. Because it's very clear that if it is political, this is the dismantling of our democracy. This is the dismantling of our Constitution, right?
When Sonny Hostin can't finish the word dismantling, that's not a stumble. It's the sound of a constitution being pulled apart in real time. Left, right, red, blue. None of that matters if the volume knob on dissent gets turned to 0. When canceling comedy starts feeling like canceling checks and balances, maybe it's time to stop laughing and start looking up.
And if we find out it is political, what are we going to do as a country? We must protect our Constitution and we must protect our democracy. I think it's bigger than just the cancellation of a television show. I think it's great.
When a talk show host starts asking what we'll do as a country, you know we've crossed the entertainment line into existential crisis. Because this was never just about a show, it's about who gets to speak, who decides what truth sounds like, and how quietly democracy can disappear when everyone's too busy scrolling. So yeah, if it's political, the punchline's on us.